The goofy, well-meaning best friend character has been present all throughout popular media. Characters like Kramer from Seinfeld or Donkey from Shrek. The Persona series has always done a good job at portraying this archetype. Persona 3 had Junpei Iori, who we'll get to see more of in Persona 3 Reload later this year. And Persona 4 had Yosuke Hanamura. And while these two are fan favorites among Persona fans, there's one character who perfected this best friend role. Ryuji Sakamoto is the titular best friend character that stars alongside you in Persona 5. He's with you in every step of the journey and can always break up a tense situation with an out-of-pocket comment or a funny interaction with one of the Phantom Thieves.
Me? You're siding with him?
At the beginning of Persona 5, Ryuji is known to be a troublemaker, and a former star of Shujin Academy's track team. He's known around school as a delinquent who curses up a storm and doesn't care about his performance in school. He even defies Shujin's dress code by making alterations to the official school uniform and his hair color. Two things that actually help him stand out and show a bit more character. You meet him just as you're on your way to your first day at Shujin, where the two of you attempt to take a shortcut and end up landing in the metaverse. From then on, Ryuji basically becomes your number one guy. After his encouragement to continue to explore Kamoshida's castle, he awakens to his persona, Captain Kidd, after seeing you and Morgana fall victim to Shadow Kamoshida's goons. I think it's really important to look at Ryuji's persona and why Captain Kidd was chosen as the basis for its inspiration. Captain William Kidd was the leader of the Blessed William, and it was his job to protect English trade routes from any pirates that sought to interrupt normal business flow. He worked as a privateer, someone who, while not being directly employed by the government, had permission to engage in battle with enemy ships and share any spoils with the government. After a potential mutiny with his crew, his sights were set on becoming a pirate himself. His reign as a pirate would not last long, as, due to the changing of the times, people were on the hunt for pirates due to the large bounties placed on their heads. Captain Kidd was eventually captured, and after a rigged trial, he was set to be hanged and left out as an example for pirates worldwide. Let's look at the events surrounding Ryuji before the game. As we know, he was a member of the track team, and a pretty good runner at that. It was his goal to attend university on a track scholarship to help his struggling mom. Now, Shujin Academy was a bit ruthless in its pursuit of sports excellence, so they brought on the volleyball coach and former Olympic medalist, Kamoshida, to aid the track team in conditioning. Kamoshida would routinely abuse these boys through extreme physical exertion and at times, corporal punishment. He would even go as far as breaking apart the track team so that his volleyball team would be the true stars of Shujin. He'd do this by spreading private information about how Ryuji's father abused him, leading for the young man to attack Kamoshida, resulting in the teacher breaking the runner's leg and ultimately his aspirations to become a track star, justifying it as self-defense. This set an example to the rest of the students that disobeying Kamoshida would not end well for you. And it even lingers with Ryuji long after the incident, since he now walks with a limp and running is difficult for him, as seen in the cutscene where everybody is trying to escape Kamoshida's palace. Similar to Captain Kidd, Ryuji would have been fine had he been complacent with Kamoshida's strict authority, but he shined too bright as a track star and was crippled as an example to other students, just like how Kidd was left to hang to show other pirates that the English government was not messing around. All of this takes place before the game, so where do we go from here? Well, Ryuji's rebellious spirit was not broken by Kamoshida, and he's often the first one suggesting to bring justice to self-righteous adults throughout the story of Persona 5, even if it ends up backfiring on them. This is all on top of him just being a fun and goofy guy to hang out with. You can often meet him at the arcade in Shibuya to advance your confidant, with the two of you commonly going to ramen shops since the guy loves his ramen. It's even his Showtime attack with Yusuke, combining the young artist's passion for beauty with Ryuji's love for food, resulting in the two of them unleashing a barrage of bullets on the being that interrupted time that was sacred to the both of them. We also see that Ryuji isn't exactly the smartest. Although he has good intentions, he often acts before he thinks. That's not even mentioning his poor grades in school and his unwillingness to study. We see Ryuji accidentally spill the beans about the Phantom Thieves' identities by so callously dropping the fact that they're waiting for you at the hideout over a phone call.
Hey, where you at? Taking a leak? Let's meet up at the usual spot to hold our Phantom Thieves meeting.
That idiot!
He's also quick to rush into battle, like how I mentioned he advocates for taking down shitty adults, as he puts it. It ended up backfiring on the Phantom Thieves when they targeted Kunikazu Ukumura, not knowing their adversaries would kill him and frame the Phantom Thieves. I know it might sound like he's a bad character who ultimately harms the group more than he helps, but sit with me a little bit longer. In Ryuji's Confidant, we see him come to terms with the former track team members despising him. While he misses being a part of the team and running, he ultimately feels he has found another place to belong with the Phantom Thieves. That doesn't stop him from doing the right thing, however. It gets revealed that the track team is gonna return, albeit under a new coach who's basically Kamoshida 2.0. While Ryuji could ignore this, letting the people who hate him now suffer underneath another brutal regime, he decides to help the track team get their old coach back, all while re-establishing trust throughout the members. Had this been the beginning of the game, Ryuji would have jumped to have been a member of the new track team, even if it was under someone looking to take advantage of the team and all the glory that would come with reviving them. But since his time with the Phantom Thieves has matured him and has allowed him to further cement his ideals of justice, he backs away, knowing that his role as a Phantom Thief is ultimately more valuable than any track scholarship could be. Some of you may be wondering why I haven't addressed the elephant in the room: his interactions with Morgana. Since the first meeting between the two, they've been antagonizing each other, Morgana insulting Ryuji's intelligence and Ryuji questioning Morgana's usefulness in the group. This doesn't help when Makoto and Futaba join the Phantom Thieves and eliminate two of the duties that Morgana once held. This all culminates in Morgana temporarily leaving the group, citing their lack of appreciation for him as the main reason.
Sheesh, some team you are. What's with all the hesitation? I can't stand this. Even you, Ryuji. You just back down the second someone disagrees with you.
What?
I guess all you've been talking about is using the Phantom Thieves' name to pick up girls anyway. Being hyped up because of the popularity is fine, but getting conceited over it is unacceptable.
Hey, aren't you acting for your own benefit here too?
My appearance might have changed, but I'm still an admirable human. At the very least, I'm more admirable than some carnal blonde monkey.
You little...
Fine. I can take on some small-time target like Okumura on my own. Sorry, but it looks like I'll be getting the credit for solving the mental shutdown mystery. I'm going to show you who the useless one actually is.
All right then, bring it on!
Thankfully, it doesn't last long, with Ryuji apologizing to Morgana and the latter doing the same. But the two still take the occasional jab at each other, and they share the same ideals and are on a much better page now.
Come on, Skull. Phantom Thieves are usually supposed to be classier than that. But not this time!
Worthless hunk of junk!
Fans still like to argue that Ryuji was mishandled in the game, citing his feud with Morgana and an instance where, in Shido's palace, he risks his life attempting to release a lifeboat for the Phantom Thieves, leading to everyone thinking he had perished in the explosion. Thankfully, he was okay, but certain members of the Phantom Thieves didn't appreciate his perceived death and beat him up. I'll admit, this was incredibly poor writing because, he was 5 feet away from the rest of the group. Had they taken a second to look around, I'm sure their shock to see Ryuji would be significantly less. It also takes away from the growth Ryuji experiences, as he has to utilize his past as a track star to be able to reach the lifeboat, proving to himself that he's still able to run if needed.
Man, that was close. For real though, why do palaces gotta explode so much? Can't they disappear normally? What?
Didn't you... die?
What? I got blasted out from the explosion. When I woke up, I was lying on the grass. I mean, ain't I alive? What's this? Your crying face is so not cute.
It's your damn fault!
What did I do?
We were worried about you! You troublemaker!
Wait, what's this about? Hold on, okay? Come on, I almost kind of died. You guys are joking, right?
I'm feeling a bit hungry.
Now, all of this is in the base game of Persona 5. I say this because the enhanced release, Persona 5 Royal, carries on his attributes of rebellion, callousness, and his good nature. And no, I'm not going to be talking about the spin-offs, Persona 5 Strikers and Persona 5 Tactica, because he's still the same old Ryuji as great as ever. Except now he actually gets to say fuck.
So shut the fuck up, idiot!
To boil down the plot of Persona 5 Royal, the deepest wishes of the Phantom Thieves are granted in an alternate reality. And Ryuji's deepest desire? To be a part of the track team with his leg healed. As you go around to interact with all the Phantom Thieves as they're living out their desires, Ryuji seems happy. It's really hard to break everyone away from their ideal world, but in the end it isn't correct, and Ryuji is the first to come to this conclusion. In Royal's final palace, where it's looking like your friends have abandoned you to accept this perfect reality, Ryuji is the one to lead the Phantom Thieves in and proclaim their stance against this reality, as desirable as it may be.
Here it comes! I don't think so.
Damn it, Skull, I told you not to rush in by yourself like that.
Just like how he was the first person you met in the game, he's also always going to be the first to stand by your side in battle. Other than Akechi, let's just ignore him for now. Persona 5 Royal ends with the return of the correct reality, and it's time for the Phantom Thieves to disband, with the seniors going on to university, certain members relocating, and the protagonist returning to his hometown now that his probation is up. Ryuji was the first in the group to announce his relocation, planning to move closer to a physical therapy center to help heal his leg to be able to run track again. In my opinion, this is the perfect ending to his character. His ideals and morals are set, and his determination is guided towards rehabilitation now that his work as a Phantom Thief has come to an end. It's really hard saying goodbye to him, not only in-game but outside of the game as the player. We were able to see him grow throughout the story of Persona 5, and it was always nice having someone in your corner, or someone to hang out with and shoot pool, eat ramen, or go fishing. While I feel every character in Persona 5 is written beautifully, making me want to replay the game over and over, Ryuji is a character who stuck with me long after the credits rolled, and I'm glad he was there throughout my journey. Some people may not like Ryuji, others absolutely love him. I want to know what you all think down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe, as only this percentage of my viewers are subscribed. This is just the first in a series of Persona 5 related videos I plan to make, so if you're as big a fan of Persona as I am, you're going to want to stick around. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.
Hey, guys. My ass itches.
Oh my god!